Sadiq Khan cancels the fireworks in London town.
Yeah, look, as if this mayor could fail his populace any more. He's failed on housing, crime, transport.
Try cabbies. Try my mates in the black cabs, mate. He screwed them over.
So this is a man that now we're getting out the other side of the pandemic with 80% of adults vaccinated. He has decided that the London public are not allowed to have the firework party that we're used to having and have done for many, many, many years. And what's preposterous about this is that last time I checked, Jeremy, I think fireworks are outside, right?
Well, listen, if they're inside, it's not healthy, mate, or safe, to be fair. I've got this terrible feeling that Sadiq Khan believes his own publicity. And I genuinely believe that he is holding on to everything that the pandemic brought to in some way instill what he believes is his power. I cannot believe, and every London cabbie I speak to and every single person says to me, I'm not voting for that man. He's destroyed the cabbies' livelihoods by banning them from about 40% of the roads. He doesn't want them. Their cabs have to go after 12 years. I don't understand. I reckon if there was an election tomorrow, Sadiq Khan would be thrown out completely. But of course there isn't, is there?
Well, I was talking to your friend and mine, Charlie Mullins from Pimlico Plumbers, earlier today. Guess what? He's running for London
Is Charlie
mayor.
running?
He has said he's going to run for London mayor.
Charlie, you got me.
Good luck. Yeah, no, I think good luck. Look, he might be, in some respects, look, he's not my politics. He's an ardent Remainer. I'm not. He's, potentially a bit left of centre.
He's also got a mullet, which isn't great. But I'll tell you what, he talks sense, mate. He talks sense to me.
He has his own view on what's aesthetically pleasing.
The thing about Sadiq Khan and Andy Burnham is their political careers stalled, so they went to become mayors, and they spend their entire time. This is what I think. They spend their entire time as mayors looking at the bigger picture at the Crown in 10 Downing Street. They're not really. I don't think Sadiq Khan's talking about London. I think Sadiq Khan talking about Sadiq Khan as a future prime minister. That's what I think. I think he thinks he's that important. I think he thinks he's that important. Let me talk. Go on.
He thinks he'll do a Boris and go straight from the mayoralty to being an MP and then leader of the Labour Party. And look, frankly, I mean, maybe even he would be better than Keir Starmer, but look, that's a debate for another time.
No, come on, Keir's so dynamic. Let's not be unfair.
The fact that he has cancelled New Year, and I guess the only thing, Jeremy, it does save us from is him parading his ridiculous Remainer views, his pro-EU stance in fireworks at the taxpayers' expense.
Do you know, I want to say to him, you lost, deal with it. Quite rightly, Philip Allott, obviously the stupidest man in the history of the world, the North Yorkshire Police Commissioner, who after Wayne Couzens was arrested after the appalling Sarah Everard murder, made caustic remarks about how it was down to women to be safer and all that, has today resigned. I can't believe it's taken him so long. What a hideous human being he turned out to be.
But the point is exactly that. Why has it taken him 2 weeks when everybody within the force at a senior level and his advisor surely would have been saying to him within minutes of what he said,
mate,
look,
go.
You've got to go. Telling women that they simply need to be more streetwise is not just offensive and outrageous, but it's a really stupid thing to say. And this is a man that somehow elevated himself to the dizzy heights of senior office. But doesn't it say perhaps a lot about our police and just reinforces, why again, not just the NHS, but the police service need reform when we've got idiots like that at the top. He's gone, thankfully. Yeah. And these senior police officers, they all have lots and lots of media training. They get the job and lots of money.
How do you say that though? What part of? Yeah, I mean, I gave the story out the example of Ratner the other day when he called all his jewellery and he had a £250 million business when actually it's all crap, and was a little bit surprised that 2 months later his business would finish. How does a police commissioner, is there any part of his brain cells that think that's an okay thing to say? It's beyond me.
Well, I think it speaks to the arrogance and unaccountability of the police at a senior level, where they're just unaccountable, they're unchecked. They think they can do what they want, and that results in not just what he said, but if that's his attitude as a senior police officer, well, then no wonder we're all very concerned about.
Should he have been fired?
Look, he should have been, but no one ever gets fired anymore. Everyone always resigns, big inverted commas, don't they? That's rubbish. Yeah, bring back sackings. That's what I say.
Oh, great. I've only been here 5 weeks. Finally, Prince William is today my hero in the news. You'll be against what I'm going to say here. I was delighted because Prince William said, as William Shatner landed back down from his 11-minute space trip, costing billions, courtesy of Jeff Bezos, Mr. Amazon, he was full of it. Was William saying, "I think we should concentrate on this world, this climate, and the things that are going on in this world, rather than spending hundreds of billions of pounds on space travel." I'm completely with him. Where do you stand on this, Russell?
The Shatner thing was obviously just one big PR stunt for Bezos, and but let's be clear, this is not just kind of glorified ego stroking on the part of Bezos and.
Well, it is if you look at the shape of look at the shape of the rocket.
Well, no, but apparently, look, it's the commercial ethos is that they're doing this to put commercial satellites for companies into space. So there's definitely a commercial advantage, and yesterday, what we saw was the PR kind of culmination of that. I think the problem I have with Prince William and anyone in the royal family, bearing in mind I'm a royalist, right? I believe in the tradition of the royal family. I'll just caveat with that before I say what I'm going to say. When you're part of a royal family that costs the taxpayer millions of pounds, and you have an abundance of palaces and royal houses that are worth billions and billions of pounds, it's kind of difficult to take a position where you start slagging off billionaires, don't you think?
Yeah, you're probably right. I've probably got that completely wrong. I've really, and I mean this, I love talking to you, Russell. I'm really appreciative of you being on, and please come back anytime soon.